Good morning. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy, and today I'm going to be giving you a prediction reading for the 26th of March. Now, if you are new here, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell notification, guys, because that lets you know when my videos pop up. Because as we know, YouTube has been playing around with my videos a lot, particularly the comments. They make it hard for me to load my videos. It takes me up to 3 goes, sometimes in one day, to finally get a video on at the end of the day. That's why they're coming on so late. But it's not just me. There's a lot of YouTubers are experiencing these same issues. So we know that YouTube has got really serious about stomping out all the truths and not letting anything get out. So we know this is happening. There's more censorship. The other thing I wanted to let you guys know was, yes, Labor got in yesterday. We went to the vote here in New South Wales, here in Australia, in our state, and Chris Minns got in. Oh, that means we've got another Labor person in, just like Dictator Dan and Palachuk. All these Labor ministers just conveniently seem to magically get in somehow. I don't know how this all works, although I guess we do really, don't we? We've always questioned the voting process. I know a lot of you guys do, particularly in America. And the other thing I just wanted to let you guys know is that Dictator Dan is heading off to China to have a little bit of a meeting, apparently, in China. So I'll keep you up to date with what Dictator Dan's up to from the state of New South Wales, Victoria here. Yes, he's starting to get on the world stage now. What a surprise, Dictator Dan. I think that's all I had to tell you guys. If you enjoy my videos, please hit those like buttons and feel free to comment. YouTube does return my comments eventually. Sometimes it takes me a couple of days to get back to you guys too, because we're all in different time slots, but I always go back and check my videos for comments, and I have to go into my analytics because they don't put all my comments on the particular video. They put them into another section, and I do go in there, so I do a double check. So if I haven't replied to you, then it means that YouTube's taken your comment off and it's not there at all. So, okay, let's get started, guys. Also at the end, I got given these beautiful affirmation cards, guys, from my son and his girlfriend for my birthday. And I've been using them every day. They come with this little stand, like they're super cute. They come with this little stand, and the set's called Relax. And because we keep getting that Relax song, you can see here it's called Relax there on the front, just here. I thought it'd be nice if we sometimes do like a little random affirmation card, because I've been doing them daily and they actually really have been helping me. So that's how I'll finish today as well. All right, enough of me. Let's get started on the reading and see what comes up for the 26th of March. They're showing me they're saying that people are getting duped now. We know they are. They've been getting duped for quite a while. We would personally say 3 years, but now people are really realising, it's people waking up, sleepwalkers, that they're being duped by their governments. Yes, hello. So I'm getting that now. And what's happening is the governments, it's showing me that the sails, they're on a sailboat, right? This is the people waking up, the sleepwalkers, people in the bubble denial suits. It's like they've been sailing and everything's been wonderful. They've had the breeze in their hair and they're sailing along on this wonderful little trip out on the water. And suddenly the government's taking their sails down. So it's almost, I guess you could say, the government's taking the wind out of their sails, and you're not going anywhere yet. You're becoming stagnant. Your boat's just standing still, your sailboat. That's what I'm getting for these people. The government is taking down the sails, so they're not able to go anywhere. And we know that's becoming very clear in the UK, Sheffield, Oxford, and it seems to be spreading as well over there, doesn't it? The old 15-minute cities talk about take the wind out of people's sails. So that's what I'm getting. People are being duped, but they're starting to know it and realise it now, and that's the difference. I laughed about us eating that popcorn yesterday so slowly. We're like watching the show. It's so true, isn't it? We're like watching for everything that's going on and what's coming out, all the while protecting ourselves and staying detached and removed. Okay, let's see where else we go. God, I'm just getting that the global energy is like rising. We know this year is the shift. We know this is the year of the awakening. Everything's starting to shift. I think we could all say that here there's been a lot of shifting of energy. We keep getting that power to the people, but we're getting a lot of earthquakes. We're getting this really big vibrational shifts. There's a lot of, well, we know the weather's been changing, but it's a great shift. I'm still getting that energy. Energy is changing. Energy is changing. Hang on a minute. Oh, I'm getting that people were once depleted, and this is probably all of us pretty much for the last 3 years. We all felt very depleted of energy. God, look how much we've been yawning on this channel for the last few weeks. Well, I've been yawning on this channel. I know you guys have said you've been very tired, and thanks for the feedback, because it's good to know I'm not just the only one. I even take vitamins and things to like keep my energy up. But everybody's felt very depleted for the past 3 years, but now I feel like the energy is rising. People are starting to find their strength, their energy again. And this is everybody. This is us. This is the people waking up, probably even the global leaders. The energy is rising. So we're getting this real energy, and it's showing me that shaking of the energy. Everything's coming up into a higher, well, I guess you could say it's that higher frequency. Chris, I know we talk about that all the time. It's almost like everyone has been on different frequencies. We've all been on different channels. We've had the people who are in the masochosis, they were stuck on a channel for a while there. Some still are, we know that. We've been on this different frequency, this fifth dimension, or living from our senses and all this kind of thing. There's other people who are moving their way up through the frequencies. And then I agree with you, Chris. There's this other frequency that the reset's on, that we are able to see it. For some reason, I don't know why. Because if you think about it, it's not like the Great Reset is like tangible, that you can actually grab it. It's like it's all, you described it so well, Chris, but it is like it keeps coming into our experience from somewhere else. I guess you could say it's like alien-like, that it just keeps hovering above us. And I'm not saying the reset's above us. I'm just saying I'm using it as an example of the frequencies. But we know it's there. See, we know it's there. We don't know how we know it's there. We just know it's there. We sense it. We feel it. We seem to understand it. But it's not like it's actually there and we're going to grab it and say, oh, here's a great reset. Look at, here. It's not like that. We know parts of it are rolling out, but it's just a quote, the Great Reset. Well, we're calling it now the Great Upset. That's our new word here, guys. If you haven't heard that yet, we're calling it the Great Upset this year, because everyone's going to upset the Great Reset. But these frequencies, it's like the frequencies are all starting to vibrate like together. That's why things are becoming more and more visible to everybody. And we're sort of in that in-between bracket. We can see the Great Reset frequency. We can see the people who are asleep frequency. It's probably because we're in the sort of the middle. We're in that middle bracket where we have that ability to understand 3D, having lived through that, but we can also see further beyond that. It's kind of hard to explain. I know you guys understand what I'm talking about. It's just, but yes, the reset is almost like it's on a different frequency. And I guess if you put it that way, it's almost like the people who are still stuck in that 3D, if you think about the reset being on a totally different frequency, like for example, maybe up here, they're not going to see it. They're just not seeing it. They're seeing us and they're seeing all the conspiracy theorists and the stuff we're putting out, but they're not seeing beyond it. So that's how I kind of see this. But everything's starting to vibrate together. That's what I'm getting. The energy is when they're saying the energy is rising, it means these people are rising up into their senses, and the frequency of the reset, or the people that are putting it out, etc., is getting closer now, that these people are going to start to see it. Well, they are starting to see it because they're fighting back. And we're somewhere in the middle. We're somewhere in the middle. Oh, doing our own thing. Oh, gosh, guys. What a year this is. All right, hang on. Let's keep going. Let's see what else we get. I'll have some water. Oh, my goodness. God, how's France? They're not backing down. It's unreal. I love it. And they've got something like crazy amount of bloody cops and things, and it just goes on and on and on. I love that they're standing up. It's just so good to see someone fighting back against these tyrants and dictators. All right, let's see what we get. God, they're showing me these big cargo ships, and they're like really big, and their horns are honking like ooh, ooh. And they're coming into port. They're showing me them coming into port. And this is globally. This would be in the American ports, Australian ports. Oh, definitely France ports, Canada, everywhere. But it's the information being delivered. So I'm getting these great cargo container ships delivering truths and information to the little people now. They're starting to get it. It might not all be unloaded at the docks yet, but I am feeling like the information is starting to come and be delivered now to these, well, pretty much to the people waking up. Probably to us too, because I always say there's a lot more to this reset than we even realise as well, guys. So they're showing me these huge container ships delivering truths. And they're big. They're massive, big container ships. But everything has to be like, you know how you get to the docks, and like it's a big process, and all the paperwork has to be officially signed off and what's being delivered. And it's a process is what I'm saying. Things might have to go through customs, for example. So I feel like the truth getting to people is a process. We know it's a very slow process, isn't it? Slow as a snail, as I always say, getting along. But oh God, what am I saying? Oh God, I get myself so muddled up. But the truths are arriving. So this is good, guys. We have to take all these things as positive to the little people. They're arriving to the little people. Just in time, I would say. They're leaving it very late to do their truth deliveries, whoever they are. Whoever they are, the guides or whoever's guiding them. All right, let's see where else we go. They're saying for us, this is the year of the cherry on top. So if you think of a cake and they always say, let's make a cake and put the cherry on top. And the cherry on top represents the finishing touch. So this message is for us. The cherry's going on top this year. That's just what I'm getting. We're getting the cherry on the top. And then we can stand back. That's what's making us so happy. All these protests, people standing up, the fight backs, all of this that's going to keep unfolding this year is like the cherry on the top for us. Like there's been all these layers and layers and layers to the cake, and then the icing gets put over to hide the cake. But now I'm getting for us, the cherry's going on the top. So good. Meaning it's the cherry on top for us is people waking up. Yay. And fighting back on their own, fighting back for themselves. We fought back for ourselves. They need to fight back for their future and freedoms going forward, and their kids and everything else. All right, let's see where else we go. God, the guys are saying it's like a Black Forest cake as well. There's, a Black Forest cake, it's very dark. It's got the cherries all through it. It's very rich. You can only have a tiny bit of it. But I am getting this around the dark energies though. See, the dark energies, what they're saying to me around this, you think of a Black Forest. It's pretty dark. There's a lot of dark energies in a Black Forest relating to the cake, but literally a forest. The darkness is now being, it's kind of saying it's being squashed by the light. So everything's becoming lighter and fluffier. When the truth comes out, it starts to override the darkness, the Black Forest, for example, and then everything lightens up. We talk all the time here about the spotlight being put on globally. It's lighting up the forest. I guess that's what you could say. It's almost like we've been in this dark forest for 3 years, and now it's lighting up. And it's almost, I guess what they're saying and what they're showing me is that it's like a forest. This is a classic example, particularly in Australia where we had the bushfires. Bushfires go through, right? And they wipe out all the gum trees, all the snow gums, all the eucalyptus trees. Everything gets completely wiped out, even the animal life, and everything is black. There's not a leaf. There's nothing left. There's not even anything on the ground floor of the forest. There's nothing, and just black stumps after stumps after stumps, all black. I've seen it many times living where I do in the mountains when fires have gone through. And now what I'm getting is the new growth is starting to emerge, which is the awakening process. It's like the trees waking up after they've been burnt by a fire. God, California, you would know how that is if you live over there, anywhere near there. Everything comes back to life tenfold. It comes back to life even better and brighter. All the leaves start to shoot and the greenery starts to emerge from the black stumps and the black trees. It takes a long time. Sometimes it doesn't happen immediately. And then the ground starts to grow the beautiful ferns and everything starts to come to life again and the birds come back and everything has this new energy. And that's what the awakening is. It's the transformation of the darkness like into the light. But they're using that the bushfire analogy as people emerging as well. And this is the people waking up, not us. We've already done all that, guys. But this is the visual that the guides are giving me today. This is what this year represents. It's like everything's been like dormant and burnt down for the 3 years. Or in France, there's still a bit of burning going on in their protests. But then when things emerge, it'll happen really beautifully and with fresh eyes and even greener. Like I'm getting even greener, meaning the trees and the leaves are greener and fresher. Sometimes they say in Australia anyway, the Aboriginals and the Indigenous talk about how when fire goes through, like it really does improve everything. It's just a way of, they sort of talk about the ecosystem, like that's the way of nature, to break things right down and then it builds back in a much better and stronger way. I'm not going to say builds back better. I nearly did then, guys. You nearly heard it, didn't you? Oh, God. I daren't go down that road. But that's what I'm getting. Everything's going to emerge better this year. It's just going to be a little bit of a bumpy ride for a little bit. Maybe not for us, but for a lot of these people waking up, it's going to be a bumpy ride. Okay, let's see where else we go now. I totally confuse everybody with some of my analogies. I hope you guys understand them. I do go off on a tangent sometimes. So cherry on the top leads to the Black Forest cake, which leads to the Black Forest, which is now starting to emerge and get its new life again. Got it? No, that's not complicated at all. Oh, God. All right, let's see where else we go. God, I'm getting the people in New Zealand. I'm getting that they've got their receptors out now. They're showing me like people in New Zealand have put their antenna up, like almost like a little bug or an insect or whoever has antenna. And you know how they use them as their receptors to get the information. That I feel like the people, probably not you if you're watching my channel, we're always receptive and got our little antenna up anyway. But this is the sleepwalkers. They're starting to listen for all the information now, and they're trying to piece things together. And it's like their antennas have come up now. So I do feel like they're receiving a lot more information. They're being a lot more receptive to the things that are going on around them. Because, of course, word of mouth, people talk. Farmers in New Zealand would be talking to people. There's a lot of talking going on in New Zealand amongst the people. And I also think there's a lot of anticipation going on in New Zealand with hippo. Oh, hippo. What can we say? I do feel there's this anticipation. Everybody's got their receptors up now and they're kind of waiting probably for the next kind of chapters. But then the people are much more in tune. And if you think of receptors and like people listening more and being more aware, it's really like they're well, it's like their senses have opened up and they're starting to receive things much clearer and much better instead of denying, as we talk about here, the people in the bubble denial suits. They're starting to realise that there's, and I keep saying this globally as well, not just New Zealand, people know that this is sus. They're starting to become aware that maybe this was pre-planned. It's starting to make sense. And what they're saying is the conspiracy theorists, tinfoil hat wearers, flat earthers, blah, 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 are actually starting to make some sense. Once upon a time, they never did. We never did. And now it's like people are realising, hang on a minute, there could actually be something to these conspiracies, because there seems to be a lot of things rolling out. Too many things, actually. Too many weird things rolling out and hitting these people hard. It is. It's one thing after another. How can they not think something's a little bit suspicious? Oh, God, we wonder that all the time. We've been wondering that for 3 years, haven't we, guys? All right, let's see where else we go. Oh, I think, was that you, Pam, telling me Hippo's dishing up his lovely packages to the people? We knew the lovely packages to save everyone were coming, so obviously that's starting globally as well now. Oh, get your lovely home loan packages and your bloody electric car package, solar packages. Oh, it's just never going to end. All right. We just want a simple life, don't we, guys? It's all we want is just to get on with our little lives and just have joy and relax and have fun. All right, let's see where else we go. God, they're showing me today, us all, this is you guys watching my channel, the rebel, maverick, braveheart, freedom fighters in our kayaks. And we've got our helmets on. We've got our safety protection. We've put our helmets on. We've got our single kayaks because we're very individual and very single. We do a lot of things on our own, guys, don't we? We're happy to do our own things. And we've got our oars. Paddle rather. God, paddle. And we're zipping downstream. It's showing us just going through the obstacles. Like, it's a really fast stream too when you're kayaking. Sometimes, not always, but we're going through, we're meandering through and we're navigating everything really well. This is a message for you guys watching my channel. We're protected with our helmets. We're feeling very safe and secure. We're flowing, we're going downstream. We're not resisting anything that's coming towards us. We're just making sure we're staying protected, but we're also making our own choices as well and navigating our own path. Like there'll be rocks and we navigate around them. We'll see like a tree floating and we navigate around that. And we're fairly confident and secure in our navigation and where we're going. And this to me would be we're very in tune still with our senses, what gut feelings we get. We're listening to them really clearly. And that's why we keep going with the flow. I'm getting that message for us in our kayaks. Going with the flow and not resisting anything. Just keep going forward and staying in charge of your own almost destination, I guess. And choices, definitely choices. We had that yesterday, I think, didn't we? All right, hang on. Let's see where else this leads us. And it's showing me that we actually get to the bottom of the stream eventually, and it takes us to calmer waters. It always takes you to calmer waters. If you can navigate the obstacles, you'll always get to those calmer waters where you just find that little piece at the end, and then you can just like paddle around in a quiet and tranquil place, which we've all managed to really call Terra Bella here, which is our beautiful earth, which meaning our place where we go to find our sense of calm. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be anything, guys. If you're new here, it can be your garden. It could be playing music. It just could be riding a push bike. It doesn't matter what it is. So we will get to that sense of calm. So keep just navigating in your kayak and flying with the stream. No resistance. That's the message from the guides. All right, hang on a minute. See if there's something to finish a bit with today. I haven't forgotten the affirmation card. It's coming. Hang on. Still cloudy outside today and a bit wet, guys, so I had to shoot inside today. So we'll try and get a bird meditation video on maybe tomorrow. Hang on a minute. I'm getting this old song. We get some crazy music on here, guys. We really do. We get a lot of music here. If you are new, we do get a lot of music because life is about vibration, really. And we get a lot of memories and different kinds of music. And I'm getting this. You've got to try a little kindness and overlook the blindness and da-da-da-da people all the way. And if you buy a little kindness, then you'll overlook the blindness of the narrow-minded people on the narrow-minded streets. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know who sings it. I've got the feeling it's a country singer. Wouldn't be John Denver, would it? I feel like it's a country singer. You've got to try a little. But that song's for us. We've got to overlook the blindness of these people who are in their bubble denial suits and not looking and in denial, and the sleepwalkers. The narrow-minded people. Look, it's not their fault they got drawn into the mass psychosis. And I think we've sort of moved through a lot of that as well, guys. We still got hurt by these things. I'm not saying we didn't, and they're very real things that we've gone through. But we have to just continue to try a little kindness. I mean, I think most of us here try to be kind to people anyway. I don't think that's really not a part of our journey. But I'm getting that song for us today, of the narrow-minded people on the narrow-minded streets or something like that. Let us know down below if anyone can think who sings that. It's an old song. You got to try a little kindness when you'll overlook the blindness. Oh, God. Oh, where's this stuff come from, honestly? We do have to laugh at the guides, don't we, guys? All right, let me see if there's anything else before I get to the affirmation card. God, I'm getting a song to finish off today. Well, I don't even know what this all means. I'm getting a Neil Diamond song today. Sweet Caroline, dun dun dun, good times never look so blue, or something. I've been in time, dun dun dun, to believe there never was a. I don't know the words. As you can tell, I don't know the words. Sorry, guys. I have to sing it so you get the gist of the tune, because then it'll bring back memories and you'll all resonate, or hopefully resonate with the song. But maybe that song's just to give us a bit of joy today, and just something a little upbeat and something to play that's to believe they never would. I don't know. Sometimes we have to play these songs to see if there's any messages in them, guys, because often there is a line or two that just gels with us. So I'm going to leave you with that song, Sweet Caroline, by Neil Diamond today. And now we're going to get into our affirmation cards, the relax affirmation cards. They've got little lilies on them. They're so cute. I'm just really connecting with these cards. They give me really, really good little messages, and then I face the day thinking about it. So I'm going to pull one out at random. Here we go, guys. I just thought it would be a little bit of fun for us today. It's Sunday morning here. Okay. Give your stress wings and let it fly away. Oh, that's so beautiful, isn't it? Give your stress wings and let it fly away. Oh, that's so us, isn't it? That is. That's just like us kayaking down with the stream and not carrying any stresses and letting go of any resistance. So I'm going to leave you with that today. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. I'll come on tomorrow. Hopefully get my bird meditation reading done. Take care. Don't forget to hit the like buttons. Please comment. I do get back to you. It takes me a little bit of time, but I will get back to you, I promise. I go back and check all my videos. Take care, enjoy, and go and let go of the stresses today, and play a little bit of music. Oh, God. Sweet Caroline. And what's that other song? Try a Little Kindness. Oh, my God. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.